G'day folks, and welcome back to the channel for episode number 40 of our Cold Trozan Skyshard Spellbreak playthrough, where this episode we are hitting level 100. I've still got a decent chunk of XP pot running from the previous video, and let's go kill the Loghorrean. Fingers crossed, we'll hit level 100 just as we kill the Loghorrean. However, if that's not what happens, then that'll be fine. So the plan for today is kill the Loghorrean, get up to the, not Ogdenbog, the Gloomworld Rift, and then we are going to start farming. Now, I've got a couple of ideas for how the quote-unquote end game build is going to look. There's 99. Yeah, we've got a few ideas for how that's going to look. I will probably, if I remember, post links to a couple of different options of Grim Tools. I think the best option is probably going to be the Mage Slayers set. However, I was also looking at Trozan's set and also Iskandra's set. So I think it will come down to which set I get first. That's a lot of stuff. And we'll just have to go from there, kind of wing it. There's those Harley boys again. Actually, I think that was just a car. I do think, like I said, the Mage Slayer set is going to be the better one. That's a really nice component. But any of the others will be fine as well. And like I said, if I remember to, I will try to post a Grim Tools link for a build down below. Now those builds are obviously going to be untested because I don't have the items yet, and I'm not going to bother GD stashing the stuff just so I can test it. So if you want a perfectly optimized meta build for this class, I think you're going to end up playing dual wield and not a spellcaster, and also you can find those builds on the great forums, but yeah, I will not be doing that. Okay, bit of running around here, just looking for the blood wagons. As always, I don't remember exactly where they spawn, and I am also checking the area for the exalted chest, which is not here. It's probably going to be sort of along this edge if I had to guess. You know what, let's get some points in devastation, why not? Can I put that on main attack? I cannot. I don't have enough buttons. Okay, you know what? I don't really use that one, so we're going to put that there. That's why I didn't take it. We have a shield, we can't use devastation. Okay. Let's just go ahead and get the last wagon, and then we'll be on our way. We'll go kill the Loghorrean. And I may try and farm up the Roldorathus book, although I don't know if there's much point doing that. So Roldorathus, in my mind, is a leveling book, and I mean, we're just about done with leveling, so what's the point? Let me see here. I've already got that one. I got that one. The other one's going to be over here. Okay. I think just under this bridge. Yeah, there it is. Okay. So we've opened the way to the Loghorrean. We are actually pretty well on track to hit 100. Either at or just after the Loghorrean. Maybe even just a little bit before. We'll see how much stuff we kill on the way. Can't throw rocks at them from here, unfortunately. So I guess now is as good a time as any to give my thoughts on leveling this character. I will of course make a summary video of the build after we are done, but I think this has probably been one of my favorite characters to level. Its damage is actually pretty good. Its tankiness is also pretty good in terms of leveling. I think the that was quite painful. I think the rings kind of grew on me as well. I do remember saying quite early on that I didn't really enjoy them, and I didn't think they were worth it. However, a lot of the damage that just killed this guy was those rings. The downside, of course, is that you will kind of have to be in melee for this character, which I think is the main reason why I've kept all of the tanky devotions. If you remember when I actually made the change, I was planning on getting the Leviathan for more damage. I was thinking about Blizzard, Amatok for the Blizzard proc for more damage. And I just haven't done it. And I think the reason why is because of the aura. So Knight's Chill aura, which is what we have all of those procs for. It requires you to be in melee range. And a lot of our... Let's just run away from all that. A lot of our damage comes from the swirlies. A lot of our damage comes from Knight's Chill. It just makes sense to have that extra defense. And maybe that was one of the issues that was leading to so many of you leaving posts in the initial episode saying, you know, I died again, that sort of thing. So I do think the defensive devotions are worth getting. Having more offensive devotions would kill things faster, but it would be a little more risky. It's a little bit strange in terms of... So for example, the best defense in this game is actually a really strong offense, because if you kill things, then they can't hurt you. And since we can't permanently freeze everything, like in a lot of other games where you have cold damage, we do need to survive. So taking the Leviathan and... So for example, I'm going to spec out of this too. This, the Hand of Altos, because it's a percent reduction instead of a flat reduction, and it's calculated second, we have like, what, 23 from this, plus another 30 something from our aura. Anything that's around sort of, I would say anything less than about 80% cold resistance, this does almost nothing. Actually, anything less than our, okay, so how resistance reduction works is we get 23 from here. We get another -10 on Veil of Shadow from here. I'm not going to count the Electra's Flash Freeze, but that's another -15. So 23 -10, so that's 33 plus another 35. So we have 68% cold resistance. Okay. Then we have, is it 18% from this? 18%. Okay, so anything that's got 68 or less will be reduced to 0, because minus number percent type resistance reductions do stack. You add all of them up and then you just subtract it from the target's resistances. So anything that has less than 68% that's standing in our aura, this 18% will do nothing. This is a percent reduction and it cannot go negative. So as soon as you reduce the target's resistances below 0, Altos does nothing for resistances. By the same token, if you reduce the target's resistances to, for example, let's say 10%, then 18% reduced target's elemental resistances is going to reduce it by 1.8%. So realistically, anything that's less than immune to cold damage, this actually does very little at this point in time. So I'm probably going to take the 5 points out of this and put them here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and probably one of these two, probably this one. I will not be finishing this, I don't think, but Altos is doing very little for us at the moment. Having said that, though, Rumor is only minus 23, and if we have to run around and kite, and the enemy is not in range of our aura, Altos does actually provide a decent amount because of that. So it's a little bit of a two-edged or double-bladed kind of sword thing, where if you have enough resistance reduction from other sources, of type 1 kind of resist reduction, then Altos is less than useful. Some might even say worthless. And at sometimes it can be literally worthless in terms of reduction. All of the damage on it is going to be lightning, because it's a lightning devotion. Our weapon does do a little bit of cold damage, so Altos does have a weapon damage component. It will do a little bit of physical, a little bit of cold, but majority of it is going to be lightning. So Altos itself is not particularly useful. For things that are close. For a fight like the Loghorrean, where it's going to be sort of pretend this totem is the Loghorrean, I'm going to be kind of back here, and I'm going to be throwing rocks at it from a little bit away. And if we can get the Blade Spirits to apply the Altus proc to the Loghorrean, it will absolutely be very useful. But for this guy who I'm standing next to, who I'm trying to keep inside the Elemental Storm, he's having almost no effect from Altus, so I will be getting rid of it, because any boss that isn't stuck to a wall is going to be in your face. So let's get out of that puddle. And yeah, so anything that isn't basically immune to cold damage before you start shredding it is going to have very little effect. Shattering? That's weapon. So that is my thoughts on why Altos is not very good. The time where it is good is if you're playing a lightning damage build. Successfully found that same dead end that I think I find every single time through here. If you're playing a lightning damage build, then the damage on the proc itself may be worth taking regardless of the resistance shred. And if you're playing a leveling build, I mean, realistically, every little bit counts. And if you don't have enough crit to proc the other procs, you know, maybe it's better. I don't know. I'm going to spec out of it and see if I notice any big changes. I'm kind of expecting not to. I do see the proc relatively often, but you do have to get these guys to actually attack things to trigger the procs. So see that it is going off relatively often. I don't know, we'll try it. We'll see. Type 2 or Class B or whatever you want to call them. The Viper and Altus, and there's a few weapons that have it on as well. They don't seem to be particularly good once you have a decent amount of the first type that stacks. And if you happen to be doing the type of damage, or let's say, for example, that I was playing Nightblade, so I had Night's Chill, but then instead of Arcanist, I was doing Witch Hunter in the brain, Inquisitor, and I had the Aura of, is it Aura of Censure that does elemental resistance shredding? So I've got 30, 35 plus another 10, so I got 45% from my 1 aura, and then I've got another, what is it, 25-30% from Aura of Censure as well. And then I've got Rumor on top of that. We're already getting close to 100%, so it's kind of like, at what point does the Altos proc stop doing anything at all? You know? And I think we're kind of at that point. Especially if I get super lucky and maybe get a Magi ring or something that has the cold damage reduction on it as well. Because guess where we're heading next? Alright, in terms of the Loghorrean, I have plenty of poison resistance. I actually have a lot of chaos res. 85% is pretty good. I think he does... is it lightning or fire? Either way, that's fine. How about vitality? 34 over cap. So our resistances are fine. We're actually pretty much immune to shredding of our resistances. Even Mog Drogon won't get through. I think piercing and bleeding are the only ones that aren't well over the required caps. Looks like we're not going to hit level 100 with the Loghorrean. What I am going to do though, take a quick trip back to Fort Icon, and I'm going to just get some royal jelly stuff. You know what, this is a quick little quest. If I can click on things properly. We'll go talk to Anasteria, and she'll give us some XP for not killing her. Let's see, don't want any of this stuff. What about you? Is cold damage? No. What was that? Grow Bismeal? No. Doop, doop. Starting to get to the point in the game where we get a decent number of drops, and it's nearly farming time. Okay. Let's go ahead and grab some royal jelly stuff. Let me see here. Health and some regen. Health and some regen. That's energy. You know what? We'll have it. Why not? It's just going to sit there doing nothing otherwise. Okay. Let's go talk to Anasteria. Get some free XP. And then we'll go kill the Loghorrean. I think we were actually going to fight her, weren't we? I don't think she has any gear I care about. Those are weapons. Does she have jewelry? She doesn't seem to have any. Let's leave her for now then. Let's just go kill the Loghorrean, screw it. Deal with Anasteria later. I kind of want to kill her and actually fight her and do a dungeon and stuff in Ultimate. Get her helmet, because it has a... I think it's a devastation proc on her helmet. Sure, why not? Alright, let's go kill the Loghorrean. Let's get it done. We'll make our way over to Gloomwald and then let the farming begin. Okay, here we go. So, I don't think this is going to be the fastest kill I've ever had of the Loghorrean. But it does seem to be relatively safe. Famous last words, hopefully not. See if we can't get rid of a few of his friends here. Try and drag this out a bit. Okay, last form. Or last section, I guess. One more. And this should be all she wrote. There we go. Congratulations! We did it. We beat the game. This tentacle needs to die though. Okay, not gonna hit 100 from Loghorrean, unfortunately. Let's see the loot. Did we get anything good? Heart of the Mountain. I haven't seen that for a while, actually. Summon our very own Chill Ranger. Okay, and the Loghorrean's Trove over here. Stormguard, rubbish. Okay. So the loot was, I mean, let's be honest, not great. Yep, that's it. Loghorrean is dead. Let's go ahead and start Ashes of Malmouth. And like I said, we'll get to, I think, the Gloomwald, maybe right up to the Coven, and then I will most likely stop there and just farm a whole bunch of gear. Okay, how can I help? Now, we did get a purple ring, and it is the Band of the Eternal Pyre, which there is no way I'm putting on. Converting all my cold damage over to fire seems like a really, really bad idea. However, it is a purple ring, so that's nice. Right, let's accept his quest. We'll accept her quest as well. And let's just dump off all of that. Vendor all the big stuff, and then we'll head into the Gloomwald. Yep, enjoy all this stuff. Okay. Birch Village, let's go. So this little section through here, these things normally, so on normal or an elite, these will be limited to like level 17 and level 60 or something like that. On ultimate, 103. So these are all, I mean, they're not amazing XP, but it's all XP. And we are fairly close actually to, you know what, let's do this one. Forsaken Aether Warp Totem, this is level 100. Or death. Could be death as well. Hopefully not death. Let's funnel them into this little choke point here. Alright, there we go. Level 100. Let's just take a screenshot of that. And that's it. Level 100. Alright guys. Thanks for watching. I'll be back tomorrow with a new video, new character. No, I won't be doing that. We are starting the hardcore guide on like specifically how to get the hardcore achievements. That should be coming up probably the next video where you would expect to see the Spellbreaker, so in 2 days. You can expect to see that start. It is going to be a Death Knight series, which, you know, a lot of people have been asking for a tankier character, so we're going to be doing Death Knight. The good thing about the build that I will be doing, though, is it will work with Soldier and any class at all. It will be slightly better with as a Death Knight or a Warlord or a Witchblade. But the build will work with any soldier hybrid, so if you really want to play a commando or a tactician, or whichever you prefer, you can level it using this same build, I guess you'd call it. We're getting the Death Knight and Force Wave out of the way in one series, and then I'm never touching them again. That's not because they're bad, it's just I've done them a lot. So, like I said, it will be a Death Knight series, and I will be playing on normal, because like I said, this is going to be a guide on how to get the hardcore achievements. However, there will be a video coming out explaining all of that, so let's just get on with this. Alright. We are Nemesis status with the beasts, which means potentially I'm gonna basically run through to the Coven in this video, and then we'll start farming then. There he is, Chupacabra, the Endless Menace. I don't know if I think I can kill him with this build. He's fast, so he's going to be able to run me down. And if he splits... Do we try to take on Chupacabra? Let's see here. We can definitely crit him. He is going to hit us almost all the time. You know what? Let's go get some potions, and then we'll give him a shot. And if we die, then we die. But I think we can take him. You may be about to see the fastest level 100 death in the game's history. Hits level 100, immediately dies. Alright, for those of you playing along, I don't recommend doing this. This is a really bad idea. But it is going to be fun. Let's go ahead and have some royal jelly stuff. I want bleed resistance if I can get it. That's chaos, that's vitality. Let's bleed damage. I think he does bleed and vitality. Royal jelly bomb. What's that? Health regen, sure, I'll have one of those. Essence is, yep, I'll have some of that too. Extract is going to be the energy one, I don't care about that. Ointment I already have, and salve will have some of that as well. Okay, let's have a look for some bleeding potions. Bloodfang oil is damage, so it looks like we're going to be just having regular old boring, slightly overcapped bleed resist. Let's go ahead and take a physique. Nah, we'll get some spirit, why not? More damage, more damage. What could go wrong? Okay, before we do that, I want to check the monster database and just make sure I'm not missing any huge sources of damage from our good friend Chupacabra. So, vitality, bleeding, physical, lots of bleeding, and a little bit of vitality. So the vitality comes from projectiles. Alright. Let's see if we can get ourselves killed. I don't have a backup of this either, so if we're dead, that's it. Series finished. Let's clear the area a little bit first. Actually, let's clear the area a lot of bit first. Does this provide any damage reduction? Minus offensive ability. Okay, we'll keep that active on him. You know what? That's probably enough area to kite. Here we go. Yep, this is a terrible, terrible idea. Alright, new plan. We're gonna run him over this way and just leave him here. Actually, maybe we can get some help from the guards. We definitely do not have enough damage to kill this guy in any reasonable amount of time. Let's see if we can get him to play with the guards a bit. Nope. Okay, let's just make him go away. We cannot kill Chupacabra right now. If he was to split, I'm pretty sure we would die very quickly. So, we are definitely not strong enough with this leveling build to fight Chupacabra. But he also didn't one-shot us, so that's good. Let's see if we can't avoid him this time. I am surprised, actually. I halfway expected to just die. Being able to kind of run him around a bit and not immediately melt was pleasantly surprising, to say the least. Okay, so no treasure trove here, unfortunately. It also looks like we're not getting the totem, which would be here. So they will be available later in the zone. How are we doing for time? 38 minutes, that's fine. Okay, alright, this house here, we want to pick up Nane's stash. Because everybody loves exalted chests, and also XP is still good because we are leveling proc still. Okay, into this little underground section here. This route that I'm running through here is one that I'm going to do a lot for farming. No treasure trove here, no totem here. Let's go ahead and just run down here and clear the fog off, so the totem would be here. Giant's blood is maxed, so that's our regen. Very nice, very nice. Okay, Avarice is here. This is probably the worst news. After Chupacabra, she's probably the thing I'm most worried about dying to in these areas. Oh, hello. Unfortunately, Avarice has decided to follow us. So let's pop our chest and get out of here. Like I said, Avarice is... Back to Revered with Homestead. Avarice is the second most dangerous thing in this area, in my opinion. The first being Chupacabra, who is all over this area. And I will have to avoid him whilst doing my farming. Having said that, I do have 5% max Chaos Res, so Bloodgrove up to Darkvale Gate will be very good. Okay, totem spawned here this time. Let's go ahead and clear it. Okay, easy peasy. Any purples? No purples, bunch of blues though. Shattering on a gun is no good for us. However, I definitely do want iron bits. And we will have a treasure trove just up there. Heart of Ulzuan. Ulzuan's usually fire, so that's not going to be much good for us. Max res is nice though. Oh, it's Pakla. Lovely. Just who I wanted to run into. Pakla would probably be third on my list of things I don't really want to fight right now. Alright, and here is our treasure trove. Signet of the Damned, I think that's the second one of those. No, it's not. This is vitality stuff. Alright, let's go find, is it Colin Tavern? Is that his name? Garrett Torvin, not even close. Alright, rescue him. We'll run up north here. We've got an exalted chest behind a dynamite. Collect that. Now I am definitely watching the map like a hawk, because like I said, Kubikaba is all over the place down here. And I don't really want to accidentally run into him. If you know what, I'll just show it. I don't normally come up this way, because it's a decent way out of the way, but if Avarice is not in the other little underground cave, she will be in here, and if the totem is not in the other underground cave, it could also be in here. It does appear to have a third spot where it can spawn. It's probably another one of the little underground areas. But it's not here today. I was kind of expecting it. Oh well. That's Avarice's other house. Not sure which one is her home and which one's the investment property, but it's one of them. It's a bit of a fixer-upper though. Okay. So that'll about do us for this episode, and like I said, there's going to be a little bit of a break in the episodes for this character, because it's pretty much done. I'm going to farm up a bunch of gear for it, and I will have a few more episodes on this character with that gear. I will film some highlights, I guess, while I'm farming, and make a highlight video, as well as showing you the end build that I eventually went with. And yeah, it'll be good. But new series coming up in, I guess it's going to be 2 days. So I'm looking forward to that. As much as I was shit-talking the Death Knight, I actually am looking forward to it. And it's going to be a build where you don't really need to farm for gear. You don't need to go looking for blueprints, with one exception, which you will have to do a little bit of shopping for one blueprint. The rest of the gear is going to be either a single target farmable MI for your weapon, or faction gear. So it's a very simple build, very effective build. A lot of people just find Force Wave to be kind of boring. And the good thing about it is that it's defensive enough that I actually think it's impossible to die in normal. I have already filmed the first episode, and it's I'm pretty sure actually impossible for a soldier to die in normal difficulty. But yeah, anyway, that'll be it for this episode, so thank you all very much for watching. See you in the next one, and goodbye for now.